So I was recently in a conversation with my friend Drunken Ninja 98, and he did not understand why lists are cool. And lists are something that I was anti for a long time. I thought if you consume content in a way that'll make it like a job or something, or I mean, it really is just a goal, but I saw lists as, oh, I'll get way too invested in listing things, and then I'll stop caring about shows. Something pretty weird and esoteric like that. But when I actually made my Mal profile, I found myself being more invested in anime and watching more anime and enjoying anime more, because I was watching more of it. It's not like I was just forcing myself to watch shows or whatever in order to make my list get bigger. That's just silly. You know, I was watching more shows because it was legitimately fun to have shows as a type of goal, and I am a very goal-oriented person. I like having goals in mind and then striving to achieve them. And when you put something onto a list, when you are watching a bunch of shows and you say, I want to watch 300 anime by the end of the year, every single show you tack on to that list feels like an achievement. It feels like you're getting closer to a goal. Watching the show itself is fun. That's why you have the goal. You have the goal so you can have more fun. It's not like having a goal just drains the fun out. Having the goal brings the fun and then some. Because I have that catharsis of going through each number and winning those goals, and also just having the pleasure of watching the shows, it makes my anime experience better. My anime list allows for this type of goal-oriented viewing. Another great thing about Mal is that if you forget a show, you can just go back and find the show that you cared about. There was this film called Dances with Wolves that I was really into when I was like 8 years old. For the longest time, I tried to remember what the name of that movie was because it deeply affected me. I was a huge fan of that film. You know, I wanted to watch it again, so I needed to remember the name. But it had been so many years that I had to constantly just search around for information about it until I eventually found out what the name was. And I wouldn't have had to do that if I just had a list. If I just had a list of everything I've ever seen, I could remember a few base level aspects of it, like, I don't know, Bubblegum Crisis. If I remembered Bubblegum Crisis has girls with guns, and it has, you know, robots and stuff, and I remembered images from it, I could just go to my MyAnimeList profile, look down the list, and then see Bubblegum Crisis images, and then, because you saw those images, you were reminded of what it was. And then you remember the name. You never forget any shows if you have them on a list. That's why having a list is important. So you don't forget the stuff you've been watching, and you can continually go back to it when you want to. Or you can show it to other people, you know? Maybe you got disenfranchised with the work, maybe it's not your taste anymore, but you might know somebody who would like something like that. And so then you can show it to them. There's a myriad of uses to just remembering things. Having things in a permanent list is so much better than having the potential of just forgetting them over the years.